Hey guys, Corbin here. I'm here with Jordan Patton.
How's it going?
Creator of Dead Necks. We're just going to have a quick little interview here. He's at the Classic Plastics Expo here at the Art Center. So how did you get into making masks and special effects and all this?
I've always been into horror movies and everything, like throughout high school and such. I think I had a friend online that was making masks out of his garage, and it never really occurred to me up until that point that someone could actually, be making these things for these horror movies, and you could actually have that as a job. So I kind of picked his brain a little bit, figured things out, did a little bit of trial and error here and there, failed a few times, and then eventually, made my first mask in my garage, and kind of snowballed from there and ended up here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. May I ask what the first mask was?
The first mask that I did was kind of like a biomechanical zombie, and it was for a scholarship competition to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh.
Oh, cool.
And that was kind of like the deciding factor on, pursuing a career in this and trying to go to school to learn a little bit more about it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, I don't know, and for the people that also don't know, what are these made of?
So most of these characters are all made out of latex. It's all just starts out as liquid latex that you pour into a plaster mold. So all of them have to start out as a sculpture, water clay sculpture, get it all finished up, make a plaster mold of it, cast liquid latex inside, pull your mask out, trim it up, paint it, add hair to it, gloss the eyes, and so on and so forth, as much as you want to do to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
With this one over here, I don't even know if you can see it from there, but
here.
the big mouth.
Yeah.
Why does it look wet? What is that? Is that like a gloss type?
Yeah. So the inside of that mouth there, I wanted to have a really impactful scene inside my comic. So it was a scene where this guy was eating a burger, and I had it drawn out at first, and it didn't have enough impact to it, so I wanted to make a full sculpture, really wet, nasty inside.
Okay.
So I sculpted this all out, made it inside of a box, and coated the entire inside in a 30-minute epoxy, so it constantly looks like it's wet.
Yeah, it does.
grimy,
It looks real good.
Yeah.
Looks like it is just disgusting.
Thank you.
Now, for the average mask, how long does that take you?
Depending on detail and size, it could take anywhere from a couple of days to a couple of weeks.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, throughout the sculpting, molding process. Sculpture is what takes the most time, though.
Yeah.
You get a mold done in about a day or two.
Okay, that's not bad.
Casting takes about a day, and painting takes about a day. So the sculpt is really, what takes a lot of the time in it.
Have you always been good with painting, or?
I really started off younger, like drawing on paper plates and stuff,
Yeah.
and coloring with colored pencils and stuff. So it kind of, gradually led itself into the next big thing. So,
Because I
painting,
can't
yeah.
even paint a regular, just a wall.
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine having to
Right
paint all
on.
the detail in these guys.
Oh yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And they've got a lot of different colors. Let's try to keep it fun with a lot of them.
Yeah, definitely. What has been the most difficult of your creations to make?
The most difficult thing, I think, was creating this comic. So
The comic. Okay.
The comic itself, like you see all this crazy stuff around, the comic has been the most difficult thing to
Okay.
make because it has taken me 5 years to put this full story together. Like I've had these characters growing over the years, but to really get that first storyline to start off the series and make sure that it was right, that was probably the most difficult thing,
Okay.
to really set the tone for all of,
That's
what Dead Necks could
That's
be.
awesome. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, no one would really. You see all these sculptures
Yeah,
and
that's-
everything, and you see a little booklet.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a personal favorite character here?
Character-wise, I would say
maybe not here?
My favorite will probably always be good old Pumpkin Patch Pete. He's kind of one of the ones that really started a lot of Dead Necks, so he's always going to hold a special place in my heart.
He's very gross and awesome looking as well.
Thank you. Enjoy it.
And now, this is back on the comic. How did you go about getting your own comic made? How'd you do that?
So I had a friend, James Groman, who actually does insane sculpture work. He made his own comic, and he actually did a lot of the Madball designs in the 90s and stuff like that.
Love Madballs.
So I picked his brain at one of the conventions at Mask Fest, I believe, and he had his own independent comic, and he had it self-published through a different company, and I think it was Morris Publishing, and that's who I ended up finding online through him, and I just kind of self-published it through there. I made it all myself, did all the drawings and everything, and then found that company, and they've done an excellent job at getting my books printed out. And
That's awesome.
color comes out true and everything, so I've got no complaints with that. It was a really smooth process with them.
And then final question: what's next for Dead Neck Studios? What are you got anything big planned?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the sky's the limit. But
Yeah.
with the first issue out there, I've got 8 planned for the first series.
Okay.
So we're going to gradually be trying to get those out year by year, if not faster if we can. But
awesome.
the second comic is in the works right now, and it should be out early 2024. So
Okay,
hopefully you'll see it by the
sweet.
next time Classic Plastics comes back around with the
Yeah,
toys.
that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Do you have social media or anything that we could check you out
You
on?
can find me on Instagram, Dead Neck Studios, or you can find me at deadneckstudios.com, where I've got all of my merch for sale, or you can find me on Facebook, just at Jordan Patton.
I'll make sure to put all that down in the description as well, guys. But yeah, that's it for this.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for this.
Yeah,
We
thanks,
appreciate it.
guys.
And it was
Appreciate it.
awesome having you here.
Cool. It's fun being out.